So have you come up here to listen to this silly old man? You fools, there's better things to do. Go to the bar, take up smoking. Every person should have a hobby. Okay, I'm supposed to be talking about the stamps. I will. Germany has more stamp collectors than anywhere else in the world. There are over 3 million stamp collectors. I don't know any of them. Because really, I don't make stamps. I make what are known as Cinderellas. And these are the poor cousin of stamps. The fact that we have now produced close to 1 million of these sticky bits of paper, these Cinderellas, is nothing to do with me. It is people like you and Terry Pratchett. All I do is facilitate things. The fact that I make a shilling is a byproduct of this. It's not a reason for doing it. Now, do any of you know how it all came about, how stamps, Discworld Stamps started? I know you do, you poor soul. So you must be like my wife. You've heard all my jokes before. And we've been married 25 years and she still manages just to smile. So I addressed this envelope to Patrick, Patrick Jensen-Smith, Transworld Planner. Inside was the envelope was a piece of paper which said, ha ha ha, it was Terry's idea. So Patrick phones me up and he said, what's all going on? I said, well, what do you mean, ha ha ha, Terry's idea? I said, well, have you got the envelope? What envelope? I said, well, the whole idea, it was a stamp on an envelope. He said, I don't get envelopes. He said, I'm the managing director of bloody Transworld. People undo my letters. So I sent him another one. The envelope this time was in an envelope, which I think must have been an envelope. Anyway, he looked at it and he said, this is funny. This is very funny. What fun we can have. He said, you realise, of course, you're breaking the law. So I said, it was Terry's idea. So he showed this and he said, can you come up with some other ideas? Come up with some other ideas. Well, I'd had, of course, been drawing and coming up with all sorts of ideas. Terry had mentioned stamps, obviously, quite a bit in the book. So I'd been going through ideas and putting ideas so that when Terry was writing it, he had some stamps in front of him. Some at least very rough ideas. But then I researched them. Now, I was telling my learned friend here, when I was looking at researching stamps, of course I found that in the principalities of Germany, that before everything got together, there was some fantastic artwork, and these letters have been running around the place. You know this, it's all bloody history. But when I was looking at the designs and looking at where the design elements came from, what made a design which is tiny, the size of a stamp, which if you enlarged it, it would be the size of that wall and still look good. That was the clever thing, to discover what ingredients went into making a design work. Very small, very large. And before I knew it, there was a company called Transworld, not Transworld, but Waterstones, who were a big bookshop. They ordered 10,000 stamps. I've only got a little printer. So I went to the Royal Mail. And I said, excuse me, I'd like, and in fact it was 4 designs, so that was 40,000 stamps. A lot of stamps. I said, I'd like 40,000 stamps made, please. Piss off. I didn't quite say it like that. It was, well, who are you? So I said, well, it's for a book. It's for a guy called Terry Pratchett, and it's fantasy. Well, fantasy? You mean these are not real stamps? You're not a government. No, I'm a little fat bloke who lives in Somerset. He said, well, no, I'm sorry, we only deal in governments or government departments or countries. I said, well, this ain't more pork.